Okay, I had time to clean things up here and get things ready for the next step of washing. I forgot to tell you one step with the oil is if you're using old used oil, cooking oil, you need to make sure you filter it to get all the food particles and other garbage out of it. Otherwise, you're going to have troubles. It's not going to either go through your valve over here, or if it makes it all the way to your vehicle burning, you're going to end up clogging up your your fuel filter. So, very important step. After you heat up the oil, when you transfer it into like the bottle I did here, you put it in the funnel and you put basically a coffee filter is what I use, and it filters out all the garbage. So, anyway, washing. You want to wash your diesel. What does washing do? It takes out all of the rest of the particulates out of the biodiesel itself. So you can do lots of things. A lot of them say just add water and like a bubbling stone for fish. I've just my other bottle here. What I've done is take my other 2-liter bottle, and like I said, I cut off the top, at the very bottom of it, so it's open. I transferred my valve cap over to it and put it back onto the mason jar. What I take here is a regular old spray bottle. Fill the water, just regular water. And let's put this, my biodiesel, into that. So, carefully. Whoa. I will transfer this biodiesel into my other bottle here. Now, what does this do? Well, it enables me now to to the inside of this liquid for adding now water. And as simple as water, water and oil doesn't mix. When you add water to oil, water goes down to the bottom and the oil floats on top. Well, you got this big a mass of oil, the water's going to basically percolate from the top layer all the way down to the bottom and collect at the bottom like that glycerin did. You're going to have a layer of water left on the bottom of this bottle here. And that water is going to take, and it's going to grab whatever garbage is inside this oil and take it down with it down to the bottom. And when I get so much in there, I will open up this cog again and drain it off into this mason jar it'll be just dirty water with garbage in it. And it has other glycerins, the other glycerins that didn't come out with the methanol, the methyl oxide. Yeah, the water will take it down. And ideally, you're going to want to wash your biodiesel multiple times. They suggest 6 times. Just run your water through it, drain it off, run more water through it, drain it off 6 times. I found my last batch I did, my first batch, my experimental batch for this thing, you can see right here, that's my first batch of biodiesel I made. I only had to wash it 3 times, and the water was coming back out the bottom clear, so it was fully washed. So what I'll do here is for washing it, you just take the spray bottle, and spray it into the biodiesel. I like this better because if you just pour it in, the water is going to stay globbed together and just kind of blob down to the oil. Well, if you just sprinkle it like this, you're putting in all this little tiny water droplets all over the place, and you have a better chance of it filtering down individually down to the oil. And I just run this spray bottle, I'll just run this whole thing through this biodiesel. So I just sit here and spray it for a while. Let it perk on through. I'll let it run through about 12 hours. I'll check it again, spray some more. I'll run about 3 times before I'll drain it, and I'll check it, and I may even drain the water out the bottom after the second time just to see the clarity of it. So, but like I said, this is just washing. Kind of weird, especially here diesels. Oh, they don't run with water and fuel, or you have troubles with it. Well, yes, granted, you're running the water out the bottom. I'm going to get it all out, And also, since the bottom it can evaporate. And as you also tell it here, my washed set here, I've left the top off, and that lets whatever else water was left in there is going to evaporate out. And it's been sitting open for a good day, and it's been 80s around here, so it's got all the water out of it. So I could probably put the cap on it. So anyway, that's washing biodiesel. I'll let you see the water when I go to dump it out the bottom. I just wanted to point out one thing when I was washing here, so you can see the early stages. I mean, this within minutes you could actually see it. The line separation here. That's this is the water right here, and this is the biodiesel above it, left over after the water is going through it, filtering through it. So you can see the water, how murky and nasty it is, and it's been collecting all the garbage out through the biodiesel and coming down here at the bottom. So this whole bottle here is ended up at the bottom of this, and that's what you see. That's the water washing the diesel, washing the biodiesel. Okay, so here we are, end of the first washing. It's been about 12 hours. You can clearly see the definition line right here. This is all water, dirty water, and this is the biodiesel, up to the whole bottle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain that water off, and I'm going to do a couple more washes until this comes out clear after a wash. But that's washing biodiesel. When I get done doing that and the water's clear, then I'll just transfer it over to this bottle, and eventually that'll go into my truck, and I'll burn it. I'm pretty sure I won't have any issues. It'll just smell like French fries, just because mainly all this oil has been used to cook on the stovetop, like potatoes and the other stuff like that. So okay, so there we go. Next thing we need to talk about is costs for biofuel. Doing small batches like this, it's to be quite honest, it's not cost beneficial. You have the cost of the lye, which I can do about 30 gallons out of a $5 bottle of lye. So that's pennies, it's nothing. The big cost factor on here is going to be my methyl alcohol supply. This here is $2.50 a bottle, and I could do 1.5 liters out of $2.50. So I need to buy 2 of these things, basically to do a gallon of biofuel, and that's actually 2 of these things will do 1.5 gallons. So you're still talking about $4 a gallon to brew biodiesel this way with this supply of methyl alcohol. So if I was going to do this on a big scale, honestly, I'd have to find a cheaper supply of methyl alcohol to use for the process. So you could do that in many ways. I've heard other supplies out in the airfield close by. They have methyl alcohol they burn in planes, or racing fuel for motorcycles at the local Honda shop. It's all has some, so I can always check them out if I'm really serious about doing some big batches. But for my small batches and testing like this, where I don't care about the cost, where I'm just basically processing it just to do it, yeah, we're talking more money for biofuel than it's like to buy a regular petrol diesel. So on costs, there we stand. And basic oil is free. And people will argue, oh, it's not free, you have to buy it. Well, I've already used it. It's used oil. It was basically, the purchase was eaten up on the initial purchase to cook with it. So it was waste oil. So essentially, yes, it's free oil. So there you go. That's how you do a test batch of biodiesel. Thanks for watching. Bye.